name is Mason, and this is Mason Zero ASMR. Today I'm at my dining table. My Christmas tree is behind me, and I don't know, I felt like coming to this different filming location just because I haven't done it before. I usually just film at my desk, and I don't show my face. So I figured I'd be a little more personable today, and go ahead and do that. So I just have a couple envelopes here today that came. They have Magic the Gathering cards in them. They're orders from TCG Player, and I'm expecting a few, so I'm not sure which ones these are, but I still have one order left coming from my first set of orders from a week and a half ago. So hopefully that came today. It has a couple things for standard and maybe some commander things as well. And the second round of orders that I made on Christmas weekend, the day after Christmas, I think, or no, it was Christmas Day, I think. Anyways, I made a few more orders that was mostly modern stuff and then a few commander things, but it was like 90% modern. So we're gonna crack these things open today, and I have my delicious whiskey ginger here, which I will be sipping from periodically. So now that I'm up here face to face with you guys, let me know how you been. Let's get personal. Even if you're watching this in the future, let me know. Alright, looks like this is one of my packages of modern stuff, and I got some modern staples. I have a couple decks. I have 2 decks for modern, and one of them is my mono white soldiers tokens deck, which is pretty good. It's fleshed out. Not really too many changes I want to make, except for a couple small things, but it's mostly good. I have a Temur Battle Rage or Suicide Blue deck that is also pretty good. Just needs some minor stuff to make it a little more Suicide Blue-ish, which is what is in one of these packages. And then I also am going to start making a third modern deck that's a Boros Prowess deck, which is most of what I stocked up on. So first, we have a package that's double-sided, so I'm not going to show it. We have 3 copies of Mutagenic Growth. Oh, my lights are really washing this out. So, Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth is a green spell. It costs 1 Phyrexian mana, so 1 green or 2 life. It's an instant, and target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I have 1 of these already, so the other 3 to round it out. I actually pulled my Mutagenic Growth that I have from a random pack of New Phyrexia. Is that what set this is from? I think so. I pulled the random pack of it, and I think I got one of those in there, so. Anyways, that is that. That'll go into my Suicide Blue Temur Battle Rage deck. Basically the goal is to cast a bunch of free spells, which Mutagenic Growth is if you pay life, and it's called Suicide because you don't really care about your life total, and you're just forcing it down with Gitaxian Probes, which I don't have in there, and cards like Mutagenic Growth use Phyrexian mana that are very efficient. I used to run Gutshot, but I don't anymore. So next, we have something I should have done a long time ago, which is a playset of Lightning Bolt. I actually own no Lightning Bolt. I've been playing Magic for over a year, so about a year and a half almost. So we have 4 copies of M11 Lightning Bolt. If you don't know, Lightning Bolt is a common. It is a 1 mana instant, 1 red, and Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Sorry the lights are washing these out so much. My camera is literally under the chandelier of the dining room, but I can't really do much about that. Maybe I can move this a little closer. How's that? If anything, it's worse. Anyways, should all know what Lightning Bolt does. So that's all that was in that package. And then various packaging for when I send stuff out. I'm fully stocked to be a store, basically. We have this envelope, which is well taped. This will work. So this one's going to be a little more substantial. I feel a lot of cards in it. So, oh yeah, that's nice. Look at all that. All those cards. So the first package was from Tezzeret's Emporium, or Tezzeret Emporium. This one is not labeled and it's a personal address, but it looks like they might have put they put a custom token in here. That's really nice. Oh man, is this like a special bag, or is this just folded weird? This is crazy. No, that's also taped. Alright. Oh, props for the good packaging, that's for sure. Alright, guys, this will be a second. Need a drink for this one. Okay. There we go. Maybe. Jeez. Should have brought something sharp with me. Okay, there we go. Alright, what is this thing? Oh shit, it's like a page. That's crazy. Alright. So this is from Game Heroes, I think. Yes, Game Heroes. Here's their card. It's included, and on the other side, it's a very dapper 2/2 zombie token. That's really cool. Keeping this. And it's got their Game Heroes logo over there. Yeah, that's nice. That's nifty. I like that. And it's regular sized. Okay. So here, I think we ordered some cards from Commander 2016, but they were for Modern and Commander. This one is for Modern. 4 copies of Boros Charm for my Boros Prowess deck, which I should say is also what the Lightning Bolt is for. So that's awesome. I can almost finish this deck, but the premier card in it, Soulfire Grandmaster, I do not think is in this order, so I'm going to have to wait a couple more days for that one. Alright, got some lands that I just have to add into some Commander decks, and because they were cheap, so we have a Caves of Koilos. Oh, sorry, I should probably read Boros Charm. That is what I'm doing, so... Boros Charm is 1 red and 1 white mana for for an instant. Choose one. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to the target player. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. So the thing that makes this good with Soulfire Grandmaster, of course, is the 4 damage, because then you'll gain 4 life. Now, the next card to work up to, which I have 2 copies of, but obviously you'll need 2 more, is Lightning Helix, because if you have Soulfire Grandmaster out, it's 2 mana to deal 3 damage and gain 6 life. Because Lightning Helix says it deals 3 damage and you gain 3 life, but if Soulfire Grandmaster is giving it lifelink, then you're gaining 6 life off that. That's pretty crazy. Alright, anyways, back to these cards. We have Caves of Koilos. It's a land. It taps for 1 colorless, and it can tap for a white or black, but you have to take 1 point of damage. We have Command Tower, which taps for the land, taps for 1 color of your commander's color identity. Darksteel Citadel is a artifact land. It is indestructible, and it taps for a colorless. Then we have Daretti. I got one in the Brea Commander deck, but he's super cheap. So I picked up another copy for my Planeswalker collection, or if I end up putting him into my cube or something, because red artifacts is a thing. So Daretti, Scrap Savant, is a Planeswalker. He costs 3 and a red for a 3 loyalty Planeswalker. He can be your commander. His +2 is discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. -2, sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return target artifact creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice. -10, you get an emblem with, whenever an artifact is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Very solid card. Very solid indeed. Here we have Krosan Verge. I actually have the oldest, I think, version of this because I quite like it, look of it, for my Daggertar the Adamant Commander deck, but this new version looks pretty nice as well, so I might have to actually switch it out. It's a land. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can add a colorless to your mana pool, or you can also pay 2 and tap it and sacrifice it to search your library for a forest and a plains, and put them onto the battlefield tapped. So that's pretty solid. Kodama's Reach for commander as well. It's 2 and a green for a sorcery, Arcane. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal those cards, and put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle your library. This is like a commander staple for green, and it's an expensive common, and I don't have any. So now I have one to put into probably my Daggertar deck. My Yisan the Wanderer Bard commander deck has quite a few ways to get land because it's solid green, but Daggertar not so much. I always get color screwed in that deck. We have Aroas, God of Victory, the commander printing, because he is also super cheap, and I always like stocking up on planeswalkers and gods when they're cheap. So Iroas, God of Victory, is 2, a red and a white, for a legendary enchantment creature, God. He's a 7/4 when he's a creature, and he's indestructible, and as long as your devotion to red and white is less than 7, Aroas isn't a creature. Creatures you control have menace, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures you control. So, very aggressive card. Very good card. Speaking of good cards, we have Gave, Guru of Spores, which is a card that I have wanted for a long time, and finally have because he got cheaper. So this is for my Daggertar, the Adamant Commander deck. Although Gave could be the commander, And who knows, he might actually become the commander. They're pretty interchangeable as far as what they do. I just was poor and liked that guitar. I think Gabe is probably a little better though. I was gonna say something else about that. Oh, but it's hard when my DAG guitar is foil and signed by Zach Stella, the artist. So it's hard to give that up. Anyways, Gabe, Guru of Spores, is 2 generic, 1 black, 1 green, and 1 white for a 0/0 legendary creature, Fungus Shaman. I guess what makes Dagatar a better commander is that he's less color restrictive. Even though he has all 3 of these colors in his identity, he only has white in his casting cost, so he's not quite as restrictive, which is nice. Anyways, Gabe, Guru of Spores, enters the battlefield with 5 +1/+1 counters on it. Remove a +1/+1 counter from a creature you control, and pay 1. Create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. You can then pay 1 and sacrifice a creature to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So, make Saprolings from tokens, takes counters and turns them into Saproling tokens, takes tokens, presumably, and grinds them up into +1/+1 counters. So, pretty cool. Definitely a good card. Also for that deck, we have a slightly curved Rayhan Last of the Abzan from Commander 2016. As soon as I saw this card, I knew it needed to go into my Dagatar deck. For flavor reasons, of course, and also because it's very good. So Rayhan Last of the Abzan is 1 a black and a green for a 0/0 legendary creature, human warrior. It has partner, so you can have 2 commanders that both have partner. Not how I'll be using him, or is it a her? I think it's supposed to be. Anyways, so Rayhan, Last of the Abzan, enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever a creature you control dies or is put into the command zone, if it had 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may put that many +1/+1 counters on target creature. This card does appear to be slightly damaged there in the bottom, which is totally fine, but between that and being bent, it's unfortunate. I mean, granted, it would have gotten like that anyways just through play, but that's okay. We have Nath of the Gilt Leaf. I think I bought this to potentially put in the cube, because I have 1 rare card of each 2-color combo, and my current green-black rare sucks. I don't have a good one in there. So Nath of the Gilt Leaf is an elf, and there's some elf tribal that'd be nice to make stronger in black and green, so that's what it's for. So Nath of the Gilt Leaf is 3 a black and a green for a legendary creature, elf warrior. It's a 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may have target opponent discard a card at random. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. I have to make sure I have some discard effects in my cube, though, in order to put that in reliably. Primeval Protector. Excellent card from this year's Commander set. It costs 10 and a green for a 10/10 creature avatar. Primeval Protector costs 1 generic less to cast for each creature your opponents control. When Primeval Protector enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Now honestly, I'm not sure what deck I want this in. It'd be awesome in both my Yisan and my Dagatar deck, because it has +1/+1 counters, but it's also just a big, beefy green creature, which is good for Yisan, so I have to think on that. And Past in Flames, which is probably for Modern. I have 1 in my Suicide Blue deck, and I might go up to 2, and the price on these things is absolutely crazy right now. I bought one before it was printed, in Commander, and it was like $7. This was only a few months ago, too, like maybe 4 months ago at most, and now it's literally like, I think it's like $1.50 at most. I think it's less than that. That just makes me sad. But anyways, Past in Flames is an excellent card. It is a mythic, and it is 3 and a red for a sorcery. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost, and it itself has flashback for 4 and a red. So, excellent card, especially for that deck, because you end up emptying your hand quite a bit. It's hard to refill it sometimes. And being able to cast all your 1 mana or Phyrexian mana spells once again is awesome. I wish more of them had flashback, to be honest. So we have 2 copies of Rootbound Crag, which is the red-green Buddy Land. First I thought it was the red-green Pain Land, but no, it is the Buddy Land. So Rootbound Crag is a land, and it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest, and it taps for green or red. I really like the Buddy Lands in a lot of cases, so figured I'd pick up a couple of those, because these were quite cheap. Meanwhile, I recently got the red-white Buddy Lands, whose name I can't remember, and they were like $4 each, I think. They were a Christmas present, though, which is nice. And then the blue-red ones, Sulphur Falls, are like $7 because it's a blue-red land. That's not fun. Anyways, the last card is for my Yisan deck, probably. I mean, I guess it's fine for Cube, too, but I think it's Yisan. Veteran Explorer. Once again, from Commander 2016, like all of these cards actually are, which is kind of funny. The seller just had good prices on them. So Veteran Explorer is 1 green mana for a 1/1 creature, human, soldier, scout. When Veteran Explorer dies, each player may search his or her library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield. Then each player who searched his or her library this way shuffles it. So it's some 2-sided ramp, but still an interesting card. That's for certain. So that's all I have for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed these cards. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know. I'm going to go sleeve some of these up and put them in the decks. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait for my other packages to show up, and perhaps I will do a haul of them as well. We shall see. So stay tuned for the next one, guys, and hope that you are relaxed and asleep and dreaming excellent dreams. And my brain didn't think of anything to say. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. All right, we'll see you guys next time.